People talk about the Heat when they came together as being the first super team. Really, you guys were the first super team. It was put together differently. You didn't decide all to go there together as free agents, but you and Paul and KG. As you look at the whole super team conversation now, how do you view it through the eyes of one who was on that group in Boston and won that championship?
Well, it was interesting because it was almost done organically through, off-season trades, just the way they grew their young players in Boston and used those pieces to move them around and to bring people into the market that can help win. It almost seemed like that's the way GMs are looking for that next hit, as opposed to the players now controlling that process. So, now it's like it's a great situation for players now for us to push the agendas and make sure that we land in great spots. But from a fan, we want to be able to see that same competitiveness where guys don't all land on the same.
I get it, but when you all came together, again, you were put together more than you decided to come together, but you all had to put your agendas aside, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Paul was doing his thing, that was his team, and you come in as a star, and then KG comes in as one of the biggest stars in the league. How did that work? And as we sort of spin it to the way these guys are doing it today.
Well, it's interesting because you can't all be the same person. Like, you want to all take the same shot. Everybody wants those 16 shots a game that you shot in the previous year. I was averaging 28 points a game in Seattle, to then come to Boston, and now I'm
16 shots. You were taking 20 shots, right?
20? It was 20?
You were taking 20 shots.
It was like 10 for 20. It was like 10 for 20.
I played against him and Richard.
Like 8 for 9 from the free throw line.
My bad. I've been out for a while.
16 shots.
16, 16, 18. Yeah.
Kerry Kittles was sweating chasing him around. Kerry Kittles was sweating.
16 shots. You're giving us halftime statistics at this point.
Hey, I was getting it up.
Almost 25, 30.
I was getting it up, but not like these guys get it up now.
Correct.
Oh, there we go. Let's talk about
If you
now.
James Harden attempts,
Threes?
these guys, I'll say this because he's sitting here. Now it's a volume three-point shooting league. Before, guys like myself, who wasn't much of a shooter, you miss one or two, you ain't shooting no more.
No.
Guys like this and Reggie Miller, if those guys was taking 23s in a game.
Paul George went 4 for 15. Like 4 for 15 in a playoff game.
How many shots would you score in a game if you played together? How many points did you score?
I always have to point out to my sons when we're watching the game, I said, look, he's 5 for 18 from 3.
Only.
And that's the thing. If I shot 5 threes in the game, I was like, wow, I settled.
Yeah, you settled.
Yeah, and coach would always yell, get it on the inside. That's where I think the game is going to change, because there's young kids around America right now watching that these teams are donut teams. They got a hole in the middle. So if this 7-footer comes along and he has great post moves, it's going to change the game around tremendously, because we're going to have to go back to throwing the ball on the inside. But right now it's just gone so crazy over the other side. If I was playing today, I honestly feel, I would shoot maybe 15 threes a game easy and not bat an eye.
And maybe average 30 points a game along the way to do it. All right, so I have to ask you this.
Yeah.
At your pinnacle, whatever year it was you think you were at your best, 3-point shooting contest, Ray Allen versus Steph Curry, who wins?
It's tough to say. I mean,
I know it's tough to say.
Steph is he's a great shooter. I like my chances against anybody.
Say it again.
But it's I don't even think, a lot of times I was the best shooter on my team. When I played in Boston, I thought Eddie House was the best shooter on the team. When I was in Miami, James Jones and Mike Miller were the best shooters on the team. Just being able to shoot with them every day gave me that confidence to go out in the game to really push forward. So that's what made me work harder. So I always felt like, if I missed, then I wasn't going to be as good as people thought I was.
Go ahead, Richard.
I am a 10th of the player that he is, and I wish I could be this humble. I wish I could be this humble.
But that's the difference between shooting and scoring.
Okay? Yeah.
This
man, and my thing is this, even playing against you, and people don't know. A lot of people know the Miami. A lot of people know the Boston. We remember the Seattle. I remember you at UConn, going against Kerry Kittles, going against Allen Iverson, the Big East battles. They don't understand how many other things that you were able to do. So you were, and one of the things I talked about Paul George going 4 for 15 is Paul, you can do so much more on the basketball court than just the chuck up threes if you're not hitting that night. And you were one of those guys. If one of the greatest shooters of all time shot 5 threes and then thought he was settling. That just shows you a different mindset that the game of basketball has, and it's not always good. A great player like Paul George shooting that many times and not making it when he can do so much else.
That's why we have to be careful when we try to compare from generation to generation, because we know when we came in, the game was totally different. the rules. We didn't get to the free throw line like they do now. You get knocked on your butt, it was get
Going
up
the
and get
other
back
way.
on defense.
Yeah.
And Ray is with us this morning as you have partnered up with Maserati. What can you tell? We have some photos, I know. Tell us what
boy.
you're
Oh,
doing
that's
with
the Maserati blue
Well,
suit.
yeah. I had the opportunity to travel to Italy and design my own Maserati. You know, so from the interior to the exterior, it's incredible to be able to put this car together. You know, the power, the style, the craftsmanship. Like, it was a truly amazing experience to go over there and see their factories and be able to create this product.
Ray,
That's a one-on-one.
Ray, that looked
One-on-one.
like $350,000.
Well, it's not that much. It's very affordable for the everyday guy that loves cars, but it's, you know, I see it for the first time today, so I'm excited about seeing what it looks like, how it came out.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have you here to talk about that. I will admit, I was distracted by the scarf. That scarf. Did anyone else when that picture flew by say, wow, that scarf rules?
This suit over here, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to get a full, let you guys see the shoes, sock
he got him in
action.
draft
He got
suit.
everything on. He's okay.